Hey guys, it's Jonathan here from GuitarTipsWeekly.com and GuitarCourseReport.com. Today I've got a review for you of Beginning Blues Guitar by Griff Hamlin. Griff recently sent me this course for me to have a look at, and because I know I've previously looked through his Playing Through the Blues course, and one of my conclusions at the time when I went through Playing Through the Blues was that the course wasn't really geared for beginners. It was basically geared towards people who had already a certain level of ability on the guitar, right? Like they knew some chords, they knew perhaps some scales and stuff like that. They were somewhat handy on the fretboard. And so that's one of the things that I had noticed about his Playing Through the Blues course. And then he sent me this course here, Beginning Blues Guitar, and it's basically a manual, and also we got some DVDs here, and basically three course DVDs plus a bonus DVD and a CD at the end, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But basically this course here, Beginning Blues Guitar, starts from the standpoint that you've never picked up a guitar before. So if something like Playing Through the Blues was beyond you, then this would be perfect for you, really, because this picks up, assuming that you basically just got a guitar in your hands for the first time 10 seconds ago. So as you can see here, one of the very first pages in the whole course, he talks about the anatomy of a guitar. He starts at the beginning, explaining, what are the different parts of the guitar, so that when he's referring to different things, you're not going to be at all left in the dust, right? Here's, the first page I just showed you, he talked about an acoustic guitar. Now he's talking about an electric guitar. So he's very thorough. Starts right at the beginning. The next page here is, learning to read tab. Tab is basically a way of indicating on a piece of paper what notes to play and where to play them on the guitar, if you're not familiar with what tab is. It's kind of, in some ways, it's similar to musical notation, where you see the staff, the treble clef, and the different notes and stuff like that. But it's a lot more efficient for the guitar, and because it shows placement on the fretboard where to play that note as well as what note you're actually playing. And it's a lot easier to learn, in my opinion. And in this course, Beginning Blues Guitar, Griff has basically taught you how to read tab, which is a very important skill, but he basically skipped out teaching you musical notation, which I think is great, because personally I don't think that the guitar players just starting out really need to know musical notation. I don't think it's going to do them an awful lot of good. If they know how to read tab, then that's going to get you by almost in every situation. Most of the songs that you look up on the internet, they're all done in tab. It's very difficult to find sheet music for popular rock songs, and tab is just a far better way of going about things. And especially if you're learning, you don't really want to get bogged down with learning all these like musical notation, right? It's in my opinion, at least, somewhat of a not a very well used skill. I mean, to put it nicely, I guess, right? So I think Griff has done a good job of keeping things to the point, teaching you what you need to know in this one to learn blues guitar. He's not teaching you, extra fluff or frills. He's not packed up the course with all kinds of things that you're not going to use. It's basically all just the nitty-gritty. This is, what you need to learn, starting from the absolute beginning to learn blues guitar. So he teaches you a whole bunch of seventh chords. Seventh chords are commonly known as blues chords. They're the most common chords in blues. And only right at the end of the course does he actually get into a few other common chords to just kind of help broaden out your skills a little bit at the end. But really, the heart of the course is all blues, straight up from the beginning. Basically, from the first day that you pick up this course, you're going to be learning blues-related material. So you're not going to be spending your time, if that's where your heart is, if you really want to play blues, if that's what you've wanted to play all the time, then I would recommend going for beginning blues guitar as opposed to one of these other broader courses, something like Jamarama or Learn and Master Guitar, because although those are good courses in their own right, they're far broader and not nearly as targeted to blues as beginning blues guitar. So that being said, in the manual, and basically the manual is kind of like a companion to the DVDs. Most of your learning is going to be done on the DVDs, which work on your computer or on your DVD player and your TV. That works fine. Griff says it's about 6 months worth of lessons that are included in this course. I would think that if you're fairly on the ball and you put some effort into it, you could probably do it in 4 months probably. So for 4 to 6 months of lessons, that's a great deal. It really starts out from the beginning. If you just got a guitar, then this is a great way to get going to make sure you don't miss big pockets of your education as you start off. So what else can I say about this? Basically, about Griff. From all accounts, he's got a great reputation as a teacher. You can see over on his site, tons of people have written back testimonials and things like that. That his courses have really helped him. So I would say you'd be in good hands with this beginning blues guitar. So why don't we just pop on over to the computer and I'll show you briefly what's inside the course. Okay, as you can see here, I've popped in DVD number 1 from Beginning Blues Guitar. I'm just going to skip through a couple seconds here and give you a rough idea of what Griff's teaching style is like. Let's go.
Okay, so now we're going to look at another group of 4 licks. We're going to go ahead and add into this what we call some alternate picking. So instead of just always picking down, things get a little bit more difficult, and it just takes some time to develop your ear. So there's really, it's just something that you should do. Turn on a metronome for a minute and just try playing 2nd fret on the 2nd string, open, 2nd. So if I put that all together, it's...
As you can see, Griff's got a nice broken apart layout here, so you can see all of him, both hands, and also what he's playing.
Here it is again. 1, 2.
All right, so I've shown you beginning blues guitar, given you my take on it. You can read more at guitarcoursereport.com/BBG for beginning blues guitar, right? One thing I did mention is that Griff is basically very focused on the blues and just cuts to the chase, and consequently he doesn't really spend much time on theory. And I've done a lesson on 1, 4, and 5, which is 1, 4, and 5. It's a musical term, which you can see, by the way, at 145.com. And here's the deal: if you buy beginning blues guitar through the link there at guitarcoursereport.com/BBG, then I'll give you a digital version of my 145 lesson, and a lot of people have told me that that's really opened up their understanding of the guitar and of the fretboard. In my opinion, it's a great kind of companion to beginning blues guitar. This will really teach you the blues side of things, and then the 145 will give you a bit of a primer on the fretboard and the theory behind it to help you understand in a different way how everything fits together. So if you're a newbie at the guitar, you're just beginning, you're just getting going with the guitar, maybe you know 1 or 2 chords or just a few chords, very simple basics, not a lot, but you really love to learn the blues, then head over to guitarcoursereport.com/BBG and have a look at my full review on beginning blues guitar. I think it's a great starter course. If you're going to want to go further, then yeah, you'll probably need to get another course. But hey, you can't learn everything in one go, right? That should be expected. That's common practice. I mean, you go through 12 years of school, right? And at elementary school, they can't teach you everything in one shot. So this is a great primer for blues guitar. It's a great way to start. If you head over to guitarcoursereport.com/BBG, and if you purchase through the link on the page there, then I will give you free digital access to my 145 lesson as well. All you got to do is email me a copy of your receipt, and I'll set you up with that. Alrighty? So have a great day, and rock on.